I was really nervous. I was really scared. I remember being in the lobby before I met him, just shaking.
The next day, I was like, oh, work ethic, everything is there. So we signed it that night. We didn't let it leave the office.
Really?
The 3 in the morning was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 in the morning.
The streets are talking and they're saying that Rihanna just dropped a bomb on Jay-Z. She's out here spilling all the tea about how he might be tied up to some real shady business. We're talking about young girls' secret flights and boardroom meetings that will make your skin crawl. Is this the end of Jay-Z's empire? But hold on, this isn't even a whole story. Rihanna's tea just got started. There's way more dirt coming out and it's going to shake up the whole music industry. We're talking about stuff that could change everything. We thought we knew about our favorite celebs, and get this, even Miss Queen Bee might be caught up in this mess. Yeah, you heard me right. Beyoncé might not be as clean as we all thought. Is she a part of all this drama too? The tea is piping hot and it's about to spill all over the place. Can you even imagine a teenager getting mixed up with one of the biggest names in the music biz? It's wild, and it's got people talking and asking some real uncomfortable questions. Now we've got to talk about Jaguar W, right? And what she's been saying. Because she's been telling everybody who will listen that Rihanna got flown out to the US without her parents. Just picture this. A young girl all alone, ending up in some fancy boardroom with Jay-Z and his crew. It's giving him a real hunter versus prey type of energy if you ask me. But it got even crazier because Jaguar Wright is saying that Brianna's dad showed up 24 hours later to collect a fat check. Now, I don't know about you, but what kind of parent does that? Sending your little girl over to another country and then showing up just to get paid. It's making people wonder if Rihanna was set up by the very people who were supposed to protect her. But this is where it gets really interesting. Remember Rihanna's first big kid, Ponder Replay? That song blew up after she turned 17. And guess what happened around that same time she signed with Jay-Z's label Def Jam? No, I'm not saying that there's something fishy going on, but come on. A teenage girl gets discovered, flies to the US, meets Jay-Z, and suddenly she's got a record deal and a hit song. That's a lot of coincidences if you ask me. Jack Brock wasn't holding back when someone asked her if it was starting to sound like Rihanna was illegally brought in. You know what she said? It's starting to sound that way, doesn't it? And that's not a denial. That's someone who thinks that there's more to the story than what's been told. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Rihanna's so successful now. Maybe it was all worth it. Well, hold on. We're talking about a young woman here. Someone who might have been taken advantage of by powerful men in the industry. It doesn't matter how famous or rich she got later. If it's true, it's straight up wrong. And let's not forget, this isn't just about Rihanna. If Jay-Z was mixed up in this kind of mess with her, who's to say there aren't other young artists out here with similar stories? And well, your guesses are as good as mine. But there's other artists who allegedly have some dirt on Mr. Carter. None other than Miss Foxy Brown. Now, Foxy has been keeping it real lately, and she's not holding back either. She's out here telling everybody who will listen about how Jay-Z did her dirty when she was just a young talent. We're talking really young. Foxy was just 14 or 15 years old when she meets Jay-Z. She's a young artist in the game, all wide-eyed and ready to be a star. And what does Jay-Z do? He starts writing lyrics for her that would make a sailor blush. We're not talking about sweet little love songs about hair and lip gloss and candy. No, Jay-Z has young Foxy rapping about grown people's explicit business. Fox is all the details about how Jay-Z co-wrote her song, I Nana. And if you heard that track, you know it's not for young people. Well, at least it shouldn't be. And Jay had Foxy, who wasn't even old enough to drive rapping lines. Definitely inappropriate. And that's a whole young woman being made to say things she probably doesn't even all the way understand. But it gets worse. Rumor has it that Jay-Z wasn't just her mentor, he was her first. And when Foxy started to realize maybe this wasn't all it was cracked up to be, she started feeling uncomfortable with what was going on. That's when Jay-Z showed his true colors. Jay-Z cut her off. Not just professionally, but personally too. We're talking full-on blacklisting from the industry. One minute she's on top of the world, the next, she can't get a gig to save her life. That's some cold-blooded stuff right there. We're not just talking about taking advantage of a young woman. We're talking about putting her health at risk. It's starting to look like Jay-Z's got a whole pattern of treating young women like they're disposable. Now, some folks might be wondering why Foxy ISS speaking out now. Maybe she's just seen what's happened with Rihanna and all the talk about Diddy. Then she's finally feeling safe to tell her truth. Or maybe she's just had enough of keeping quiet while Jay-Z keeps acting like he's some kind of role model. We gotta ask ourselves though, is this just how the music industry works? Are young artists, especially young women, just expected to put up with this kind of treatment? Or is Jay-Z extra slimy using his power to take advantage of these girls, just like his close friend R. Kelly? Now you think that after the Dura came out about R. Kelly, Jay-Z will be running for the hills trying to distance himself, right? Well, think again. Your boy Ho is still out here making bank off of his collab with Kelly. Can you believe it? Yes, y'all. It's like he didn't even care about those victims. But who can blame him? I mean, Jay-Z and R. Kelly, they go way back. We're talking 2 whole albums together, plus a bunch of other tracks. And guess what? Even though R. Kelly's been convicted and everybody knows what he did, Jay-Z isn't taking none of that music off the streaming platforms. It's still out there, still making money for the both of them. He's definitely not Team New R. Kelly. Now, I know that some of y'all are thinking, maybe Jay-Z forgot about those old tracks wrong. This isn't an accident if maybe Jay-Z knew about R. Kelly's behavior all along. I mean, think about it. They were tight for years, torn together, making music together. How could Jay-Z not have seen or heard anything? And if he did know, why didn't he say something? Why did he keep working with Kelly? But this is where it gets real interesting because this R. Kelly connection might be more important than people realize. Because it's not just about Jay-Z and Kelly, no. This is about a whole web of powerful men in the music industry who might have been covering up for each other for years. Think about it. We got Jay-Z still profiting off of R. Kelly's music. We got him being besties with Diddy, who's facing his own serious allegations right now. And now we got Rihanna and Foxy Brown coming out with their own stories about Jay-Z. Speaking of Diddy, he's been in some serious hot water. We're talking essay allegations. It's like every day there's a new lawsuit or accusation coming out about him. Remember that former adult star, English? She's saying that Diddy groomed and exploited her. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, you might be wondering what this has to do with Jay-Z. Well, let me connect some dots for you. Jay and Diddy go way back. We're talking the 90s when they were both just trying to make it in the game. They've been tight ever since, making music, doing business deals, all that stuff. And now, folks are starting to ask some real uncomfortable questions like, is Diddy up to all this mess? Or did Jay-Z know? Was he in on it? And it's not just about what Jay might have known. People are starting to look at his behavior a little closer. Remember what we were saying about Rihanna and Foxy Brown, right? Well, it turns out there might have been a whole task force looking into Jay's relationships with young female artists. Some people are saying that it goes deeper, like music industry. Deep Jaguar Wright's been saying how Jay-Z and Diddy are part of some bigger network of exploitation. She's even comparing them to Harvey Weinstein. Yes, Harvey Weinstein. Jaguar isn't holding back. She straight up called Jay-Z worse than Diddy. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a very big accusation. I know you're all probably wondering what's Beyoncé's role in all of this. What does she know? I mean, she's got this squeaky clean image that she's supposed to be the ultimate boss lady, right? But what if I told you that Little Miss Perfect might not be so perfect after all? What if Beyoncé's been knowing about all this mess the whole time? Let's take a trip down memory lane. Shall we remember all those cheating rumors about Jay-Z? They've been swirling around for years. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think of this. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more amazing celebrity news. Celebrity Insider News.